Good, and switch directions. Good, then we'll switch our arms. And switch directions with that arm. Good, from there, we'll do our swings. Working those shoulders in a little different plane of motion, also warming up our chest and back. Excellent. We will move into our legs from here, starting side to side. Really thinking about using inner thigh and outer thigh, trying to find a little bit more range of motion with each swing. Good, we'll switch sides. And we'll go back to that first leg, forward and backwards this time. Tapping more in to our hamstrings and glutes and quads on this one. And we'll switch legs. Balance is not here today. Good. From there, we're going to go into our hip hinges, weights in our heels, feet shoulder width apart. Think about pushing your butt to the wall behind you, finding lots of length in your hamstrings in the back of your legs. Then really think about squeezing them tight, pulling you upright. Then we squeeze our glutes at the top. We're doing about 8 of these. Good, once you're done with those, we'll work our way into just our body weight squats. Thinking about lowering until our thighs are parallel to the ground, sitting at the bottom for a second, and then pushing our heels into the ground to stand us up again. Glutes, squeeze at the top. And when we do, again, about 8 of those, we're going to go into our little crawl, stretch, Spider-Man stretch. So we crawl our hands out to a high plank, right foot, outside right hand. Drop your elbow to your right toe. Then you twist, open, right foot goes back, left foot comes up. And we inchworm our hands back to our feet and return to our high plank position. Twist open, right and left side. Start to feel our whole body warm up, loosening up kind of everywhere, hopefully. Do about 4 of those, guys. And then take whatever else you need for your warm-up. Nothing really out of the ordinary here as far as workouts go. So our first exercise is mountain climber. I'm going to move this down just a touch. So we're in our high plank, knees drive up. We're going to do double count. So 1, 1, 2, 2, up to 30. Then we have lateral lunges. Great place to kind of control the workout, how you're feeling today. No weight, with weight, or you can have both weights hanging down in between your legs. We're just lunging out to the side, returning to center, out to the side. And we'll just alternate there, single count 30. From there, we're gonna do squat pulses. So lots of heavy leg work here to start. I want us to kind of think about doing, I guess, a sumo squat pulse. So our toes are gonna be turned out a little bit more than usual. Feet might be a little bit wider. We sit, establish that good squat pulse position, and we're gonna do pulse, pulse, 3 pulses up. 1, 2, 3, up. So the 3 pulses in full squat is 1 rep. We have 30 squats, 30 reps there. Then you can take, if you have like your box, your bench, you can set that up to use as a reference, or if you just have a dumbbell, we can use that. And we're just gonna establish that boat position, so where we're hinged, engaging our core and legs go over that weight. We're gonna count each time our heels tap as 1, so it'll be 15 total back and forth. And then we're gonna end with our bent over row. So again, hip hinge, elbows in nice and tight to our ribs. We squeeze our shoulder blades, really working the back portion. Obviously, not timed, so I want you guys to push your tempo. Try to get through this as quick as you can. We know I'm horrible at trying to count reps and talk, but I'll do what you can. Please, if you can work ahead, work ahead. But just try to work through the whole 5 exercises for 30 reps each, okay? So we'll all start together on mountain climbers. Remember, this is double count. So 1, 1, 2, 2, all the way up to 30. Shoulders are over your hands. Little core, little conditioning. From there, take whatever variation you want. As far as weights go, as we move into our lateral lunge, getting nice and low here. I know I just said move through it as quick as you can, but I don't want you to rush reps where you don't work your full range of motion. So these lunges can be slow as you sink down and explosive as you push back up to center. Remember, we're at 30 here. Nice and low. Chest stays big. We don't let our knees push over our toes. After these lateral lunges, we have the squat pulses. Remember, feet a little bit wider, toes are turned out. We establish that squat, 2 small pulses, and then we push back up, squeeze, and lower. The pulse is probably only about a 2-inch movement. Again, a good place to focus on a nice Steady core, strong core. Make sure the beginning of each squat, those thighs are parallel to the ground. Big time leg burnout here to start. Keep working. Whew. Nice and controlled here. Don't let yourself start to hinge at the hips and let your chest collapse forward. Stay pulled back. Nice, strong in that core. Those pulses should really start to burn here at the second half of those squats. Push through it. Woo! Four more here. Then we're in our leg overs. Feet move together. Just keep yourself moving here. Working through this. On these leg overs, think what you're working here is core. Try to hold yourself nice and stable. Remember, each tap is going to count as one. And we end with our bent over rows. We hinge, put ourselves in a little bit of a half squat here. You should find the length in your hamstrings. And again, trying to push our reps, but not lose form. Really squeeze those shoulders at the top. If you want, you can change your grip a little bit. Go palms out, mimic that movement. You're just gonna feel a little bit different area of that back being targeted. Elbows staying tight. And then before we rest, we're just gonna do 10 of the knee drives on each side. So just find your rhythm, pulling your elbows down, drive in, last little burst before we rest. And then grab your drink of water. Whew. We go into round 2. So we'll still need our weights here, but you're also gonna need your bench, your couch, whatever you've got. First exercise, squat jacks. I know you guys know these. We squat, in, out, touch. So double count on those. So one touch of the right hand, one touch of the left hand is one. Then we have our elevated glute bridge. So heels are on the box. I'm not sure if you guys can see me, but I think you know what these are. Weight can go across our hips. Elbows and shoulders push into the ground to lift ourselves, squeeze our glutes, lower tap, lift, squeeze, lower tap, lift, squeeze. This is a really awesome exercise to work on the explosive part that I always talk about. So you can really pull yourself up as quick as you can, squeeze for a second at the top, then control and lower, explosive up. Next exercise is scissor kicks. So we're just on our back, legs are just opening and closing like scissors, and we're just doing 25 straight here. No double count or anything. Then we have curtsy lunges. Another place you can kind of control the intensity of your workout with or without weight. We step back and a little bit behind, return to center, 25 total. So one leg is going to get one extra rep. If it throws you off, do 26. And then we go back to back legs, our RDL to high pulls, which we know we do a lot and we did Monday. Weights stay close to our body the whole time as we hinge at our hips, pull ourselves up, lead with our elbows like we're zipping a jacket. 25 total there, okay? So, like always, we're gonna start, tongue twister, with the little cardio in the squat thruster, double count 25, then we're on the back for those explosive glute bridges, okay? Let's go, round two. Here we go. Push these as quick as you can. Touch the ground each time. Getting nice and low, staying in those legs. Push through, you got this. Woo! To your backs for the glute bridges. Explosive up. You can slow the tempo down before tapping. Feel those glutes, hamstrings work. Trying to lift as high as you can. Keep going. Slow down, quick up. After those glute bridges, move away from the bench or couch or whatever, just a little bit, and we're straight away into our scissors. Thinking abs here. Breathe through it. curtsy lunges. Make sure we're getting nice and low, feeling those inner thighs work, feeling stable under ourselves. Whew. Pushing off that moving leg to return to center. Trying to be quick with these, but again, not sacrificing our control or our form. From here, we move in to our RDL to high pull. We hinge, find length, pull up. Controlled, efficient. Think about what you're working, what you're feeling. Lengthen and contract. You should feel those legs right now. Mine are shaking under me. Back staying nice and flat. Same thing as that first round. When you finish these 25 up, we do 10 double count knee drives. Then you recover. Think about squeezing your core. And really driving your elbows down. Again, being powerful. Woo! Get some water and the sorts. We go in to round 3. Let's see. We first have our squat thrusters. Taking it, again, where you need. 1 weight under your chin, 2 weights in the front rack position, or maybe no weights, and you just work on depth in your squat and explosion out of it. I know you guys know this one. We squat, and as we stand, thrust the weight up above our head. Even if you don't have weight, drive those arms up. I really want you on that to think about as you stand, not thrusting weights out in front of you, but really pulling those shoulders back, engaging that core, hips tucking, and weight driving straight up. Your biceps should end up by your ears. Glutes are squeezing at the top, okay? Then we're in our high plank position for our plank pull-throughs. So hands under shoulders, weights right even kind of with the bottom of our rib cage. We grab with the opposite hand and just pull across. 20 single count there. Butt stays down and tucked. Then we flip over for a little extra core work. Again, variations, take it where you need. We're hinged at that hip just like we were with the leg over thingies. Feet can stay on the ground and we twist, trying to touch that weight behind our back, or you can lift your legs, doing the same thing. Again, single count there. Then we'll flip over onto all fours. Remember, we're working on core strength in every exercise. So from here, I don't want your back rolling out or your stomach just hanging, even if your back is flat. I want you to think about pulling that belly button up and in towards your rib cage while keeping a neutral spine. So this is always going to be our tabletop position. From here, we add in stability, and here we're working glutes. Toes are tucked, heel lifts, taps towards the ceiling. Lift, taps the ceiling. Trying to keep our back nice and flat with that core engagement. Final exercise, skater jumps. You guys know them. We just jump back and forth, touching the ground if you want. That's gonna force you to stay in your legs a little bit more. Get that little bit extra burn. Again, single count. So everything this round is just single count. Our magic number is 20. Let's get our weights, excuse me, and get after it. 20 squat thrusters. Thinking of yourself as a rubber band. You're building tension slowly as you squat just to snap and stand up with power. Remembering to breathe. From there, we're in our high plank position for our plank pull-throughs. Establish that good plank first. Challenge yourself to staying in it here. Butt down. Pulling it all the way across your body. Woo! After that, flip it over, Russian twist. Remember taking it where you need. Really twisting the obliques though. Think about that weight tapping behind your back. Breathing, exhaling as you twist. The important part is the hinge here at the hips. Then turn onto all fours. Establish your strong core. Tuck your toes, one leg at a time. We have 20 taps straight into the ceiling, squeezing at the top. Again, remembering to breathe. If you feel your core come loose, you start to shift your weight so that your hips aren't parallel to the ground. Reset. Woo! Feeling strong here. It shouldn't feel like a break from resting your core. You're still squeezing that tight. 20. After that, we're up on our feet. Skater jumps back and forth. Again, explosive, control off of one leg. And we end like the first two. 10 knee drives. And then you can recover. Woo! We're over halfway. 2 more rounds. We have the dreaded burpees to start this round. No push-up. So you guys, I know these. Jump, hands, feet, jump. 15. Get them done as quick as you can. Then we're in a good low plank position. Elbows under shoulders, and we twist our core again, dipping our hip, touching that outside of our hip to the ground. Single count there. 15. Really try to push and work through those ones. Then we have Bulgarian squats. So we'll need that bench. And another place you can kind of control your workout. Weights, no weights. Our legs should be burning here, so maybe you go without the weight. Focus on the depth and the explosion. We put the top of our foot up on that box. Make sure you're far enough out where this toe doesn't go over or knee doesn't go over your toe. We lunge, push up, squeeze your hips. Even with that foot up on the box, I don't want your hips open to the side. Pull them forward towards the wall in front of you. 15 there on each leg. Then we have our leg rainbows. Again, I'm not sure which way. I'm going to show you this one from the back. You guys know these ones. We established that good figure 4 or tabletop. Straighten out one leg. We lift over to each side. There and back is 115 there, each leg. And we're going to end with a bicep curl to a straight arm lower. So we curl. Then what you're going to do is turn your hands out, straighten your arms, lower in control, okay? So you should really feel the tension in those arms with the weight as you lower. So a little bit longer round because the leg rainbows and the Bulgarian squats are on each side. But we got this. Let's push through these burpees first and foremost, and then get through the rest, okay? Let's do it. 15 quick ones. Just get them done. Push through, we got it. your way to the box. Woo! We have our Bulgarian squats here. Nice and in control. Pushing through the heel of that foot that's on the ground. Just 15. Nice and low. Woo! My legs are shaking. Remember, hips are open, we're closed. Your toes are pointed forward. Nice and in control here. After this, into our tabletop position, we have our leg rainbows. We straighten one out. And again, say hello, glutes. In control. You should feel a little oblique work here too. And for the sake of time, we're just going to do 15 taps, okay? So not double count on each side. Make sure they're nice and big rainbows, getting your full range of motion. After that, we grab our weights for those bicep curls to our straight arm lower. So remember, curl, flip, extend, lower. Curl, flip, extend, lower. Trying to stay, again, stable in our core, not letting those straight arms pull us forward, but controlling that weight. Woo! And same thing as our first 4 round or 3, 10 knee drives. Finish this thing. Come on. Woo! Then we recover. And we have one more round. Okay, our 5 exercises. 10 alternating lunge kicks. So, with our right leg, we lunge back, push, and in one movement, knee drives, we kick. If you can, return to your nice neutral, lunge, kick, neutral. So 10 total, alternating. Then we have Hand release push-ups. So, we're in our good high plank. Lower, chest to the ground, hands touch. Push ourselves back up 10 times. Then, we're gonna do 10 reverse flies. So we need our weights again. Hinge, slight bend in our elbows, pulling back, squeezing. Thinking about, like, if there's a string to both of our elbows, that string is nice and loose here and then tight as we come down. But I want you to think about those elbows being drawn back together. We're gonna skip the dead bugs and then just end with our 10 jump lunges. So for these, we establish our lunge, jump up, switch our feet in the air for 10 total. So lunge kick, push-ups, flies, jump lunge, okay? 10 of each, nice and quick round, and then we'll stretch it out. Let's do this thing. Getting a good lunge depth and then being explosive up and out of it on your kicks. After your lunge kicks, you're into your push-ups as hard as you can, I guess, as best as you can. Staying off your knees to push you up. Controlling your weight down. That is the important part here. I'd rather you control yourself down slowly and have to use your knees to push you up, then vice versa. Then you grab your weight, reverse flies, thinking about drawing those elbows together. And ending with our jump lunges. All the way through them. Those leggies, woo, are probably burning. We hit them heavy today. Grab your water. Start to cue your body into that cool down. We're done. No surprises today. So take a couple sips of your water. Whew. Some nice deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Whew. And we'll start to stretch you out now. Pull one arm across your body. And go the other way. Now we'll do some triceps. Reach your hand down the center of your back, grabbing that elbow and pulling it. And go the other way. Now, we're going to interlace your fingers behind your back, really pushing them down towards the ground, opening up your chest. Good. Now put kind of the sole of your hand, that what's it called? Heel of your hand, I guess. Right on the top kind of your butt. Push down into your butt and really think about rolling your shoulders back, getting that nice reverse curve in your back. You can let your neck fall back heavy here. Maybe swing it back and forth a couple times. And then we'll stand it up straight and go just the opposite, interlacing our fingers high over our head, finding length from the palms of our feet to the sole of our feet to our hands. Now I want you to pull those hands over to your right side. And go the other way. One more to the right. And to the left again. To center, a nice big inhale. As you exhale, push those hands down through center. Reach for your toes. Your head falls heavy here. Find that stretching your hamstrings here first. And then just gradually start to put a soft bend in your legs. We're going to go into ragdoll here. So release that tension in your neck. Grab opposite elbows. Maybe you add a little bit of swing. Maybe you shift your weight from side to side. From here, we're going to go into a halfway lift. So our back flattens. Again, pushing the heel of your hand kind of into your thighs. Staying nice and flat in the back. And then we bend over again, finding length in our hamstrings before we slowly roll it up, going vertebrae by vertebrae. Feeling a stretch. Ooh. From there, we'll make our way to the floor. Starting with butterfly, soles of our feet connect, pulling them in tight to us. Rolling those shoulders back away from your ears, down towards our spine. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Straight away from here, we're just going to roll onto our backs, keeping those feet in the butterfly. See if you can melt that low back into the ground and feel the transition of the stretch here. See if it goes a little bit deeper into your hips, not so much in those inner thighs, maybe a little bit in your SI joints. You feel this, hopefully nothing too uncomfortable, but just enough of a stretch. Good. We squeeze those knees together and then grab opposite wrists under our knees, pulling the knees in tight to our chest. Big hug here. You can roll around. Again, working to release our low back. From here, you can let those knees go, keeping ankles, knees, thighs glued together. Our shoulders are stuck in the ground. We rotate both knees to the right and to the left, nice and in control. Going about 3 to 4 each direction, feeling rotation in our spine. And finally, like we did standing, we reach those arms overhead, finding length through our fingertips. And now pointing our toes, making ourselves as long as possible, taking a couple deep breaths in through your nose here, out through your mouth, finding a little bit more length, letting everything go. And after 3 to 4 deep breaths, we will bring it on up and call it a night. Awesome job. You both made it through a week of workouts in the new year, so yay. And we will plan on seeing you guys on Monday, okay? Have a good